Welcome back to the Relatable Black Girl, where I'm your host, Simone. And in this episode, I want to talk about stepping into a new identity slash self discovery. I'm really excited to talk about this topic because it's something that I am currently in the process of doing. I am stepping into a new identity, which has led to so much self discovery. It's led to so much self-discovery, and I feel like what kickstarted my journey, what got the ball rolling, was me forgiving myself. That's what got my journey started. I could forgive other people so easily, and I think part of it is because we don't expect much from other people. But I would be so disappointed in myself and beating myself up, and then I had to really start asking myself, well, this person did this and this person said that, and you forgave them. Why do they deserve forgiveness but you don't deserve forgiveness? Part of the reason why I forgive people was because I wanted people to forgive me, and I felt like I can't be sitting around holding on to these grudges against people and not forgiving them, and then expect people to forgive me when I make a mistake. And I had to extend that same grace to myself. Once I started forgiving myself for my mistakes and started looking at them as opportunities to learn and really just acknowledge that you've made mistakes in the past, you're going to make mistakes right now in the present, and you're going to make mistakes in the future. Sometimes those mistakes are corrections to help you get on the right track. And I think that's what you should look at it as, as a learning opportunity. And it's not the end of the world when you make a mistake, no matter what the mistake is. You opened your eyes this morning. So therefore, it's not the end of the world, and it's not the end of your world. Once I started to forgive myself, I started to trust myself more. I started to trust who I was as a person. And when they say that frontal lobe kick in at 25, they're not lying, y'all. Because now, me at 27, I have such a different thought process than what I had previously. And it just keeps getting better and better. And this is real scientific proven facts that the executive part of your brain develops when you're 25. And so, you guys, it's like me having this new mindset with the way that I view life and I view myself. I had to start taking a lot of pride in who I was as a person. And I had to also realize that people people hate their life. I mean, that might sound harsh, but it's the truth. A lot of people do not like the life that they created. They don't like the person that they are. And they put other people down to make themselves feel better. And it's like a non-stop cycle of people wanting to put other people down to make themselves feel good. They want to put somebody else down to prove that they're the better person, they're better looking, they dress nicer, their hair is nicer. Like, people can be so nasty and mean. And it's really just a reflection of how they feel about themselves. It's a famous quote. I don't know who said it, I don't know who made it up, but I'm sure you heard it before. How people treat you is a direct reflection of how they feel about themselves. And once I started to realize how people are literally looking to find other people to boost their own self esteem off of, it made me view those people differently. It made me feel like your words have no meaning, okay? You are just talking just to talk. And if I cared about what you think or what you had to say, I would be giving you a place in my life, my mind, my thoughts that you just really do not deserve. People will purposely single you out. People will purposely misunderstand you. People will misunderstand you on purpose. And it's not just people who you get to know or be around you. It will be somebody that you don't know, that you are just meeting for the first time. They will purposely misunderstand you. I realized that I started to really just direct my attention on myself. And I started to put the puzzle pieces together. What makes me happy? What makes me angry? What makes me sad? I reflected and I looked back on my life and sat back and really decipher what in that moment made me feel like I was misunderstood. And a lot of the times, people will gang up on you when you choose to not follow the crowd. But if life has taught me anything, it has taught me that people will have something to say no matter what. Whether you show up as you, whether you show up as somebody else, if you choose to not show up at all, people will always have something to say. So don't be afraid to be who you are. Like, I am genuinely me, and I don't feel a need to change that for anybody. If anything, you might need to be looking at the environment that you're in and saying, hey, does this environment align with who I am as a person? Because sometimes it's no. And I feel like the same thing goes for people. Do these people align with who I am as a person? That is one of the thoughts that come across my mind so much lately. I let go of romantic and platonic relationships just because I felt like we're no longer aligned. You're not doing anything, but we no longer have the same mindset. I had to stop making excuses for other people in their bad behavior, especially when it is affecting me personally. But even when it's not affecting me personally, like, you have to really pay attention to how people are treating other people. Like, that's very important. If you're mean to this person for no reason, but you're nice to me, I am going to be looking at you sideways because that person didn't do nothing to you. It's going to make me start thinking like, hey, it's something about that person that intimidates you, that you feel a need to continuously talk badly about them, or have this imaginary or problem that you can't even explain yourself why you do not like them. Pay attention, because eventually that same energy that they're giving that other person will start being directed towards you. I think having good judgment is just so important. I have a podcast episode where I talk about me going to church for the first time in 4 years. And I've really been on this journey of rebuilding my relationship with God and just having a better understanding of His Word. And I had this aha moment. I bought these prayer cards, and I bought them for me, and I also bought them for a friend that I attend church with. And I pulled one of the prayer cards, and the prayer card was just mainly about focusing on my relationship with God. And I was a little disappointed because I'm like pulling the prayer cards anonymously. And I was disappointed because I was going through some things with people that was in my life, like personal relationships. And I wanted to pull one of these prayer cards as like a sign of God, like directing me in the right direction. And in that moment, I started to realize how much I go to God and ask Him to fix my problems instead of actually fixing them myself. Like, whenever I pray to God, I would be praying that He helped me get a better understanding of someone or something, or help my relationship with this person or that person. Or sometimes I would be praying for other people because I wanted them to change their ways, or or whatever. And it made me think about how many times do I just go to God and I just say, thank you for just being you, and just work on having a solid relationship with Him, and not it be about me going to Him about outside people, but just thanking Him for just being with me on this journey and watching over me. Because the things that I've been through in my life and I experience, I know that I'm the person that I am, and I am where I am because of God. Okay? Because some days I wake up and I can't even believe how much I love my life, how happy I am, how much I feel like things are just always working in my favor and just falling into place for me. I can't even I can't even begin to understand it. And so I started to really talk to God as a friend. Just how I would talk to my mom, my sister, not trying to sit back and think of the perfect thing to say, but just coming as me, as authentically as who I am, and really letting Him know that I want to allow you to come into my heart, and I want to use your word to help me make better decisions. Okay? To help me, not him, but me make the better decision. Help me have me having better judgment, and not putting it off on God to solve all of my problems. And if it doesn't happen, then, oh, God just didn't want it to happen. No, maybe you need to put your own effort into it and not just depending everything on God. Like, use His word and start judging situations for what they are. And having control over my emotions has helped me so much. I think I had a really bad habit of just letting my emotions get the best of me and just acting out of anger or sadness or loneliness. And I had to stop and process my feelings and evaluate the situation, and also be able to acknowledge my feelings and know that what I'm feeling in this moment is temporary. I will not feel this feeling forever. Okay? So let that emotion pass, and then see it for what it really is. See the situation for what it really is. And I have picked up so many new hobbies. Your girl is crocheting now, okay? And it's easier than what I thought, but also harder than what I thought at the same time. But it's new to me and I'm still learning, but I'm excited about that. I crochet. You guys know I really love reading books. You guys know I go to the gym, and I got to get back on it with eating right. I got to get back on it. I really want to take a kickboxing class, and I got some trips planned that I'm looking forward to as well. I am Simone. This is the Relatable Black Girl, and I will see you guys next time.